Hello, my name is Martin Villacreces, and I am going to talk about the American painter Jackson Pollock. He was born in January 28, 1912, in Cody, Wyoming. He was the fifth and the youngest son. When he was around a year old, his family moved to Arizona and then to Chico, California. His dad was a farmer, but when farming failed, he became a land surveyor for the American government. That's the reason why Jackson Pollock was exposed to the Native Americans and their art, which was a great influence to his future works. He began his arts career in the Los Angeles Manual Arts, which was a high school in Los Angeles for people to learn and express their feelings with art. Then, with his brother Charles, he moved to New York and studied in the Art Students League of New York City, where he met his future wife, Lee Krasner, which also was an artist. The key terms to know Jackson Pollock better are abstract expressionism, which was the movement that he belonged to. Lee Krasner, that was his wife, the alcoholism and the workers' progress administration, which was an American program to improve the arts in the United States because of the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. This program was also created by Franklin Delano Roosevelt as part of the previous set New Deal. Abstract expressionism consists in the expression of the feelings and emotions of the artist through inorganic figures which cannot be recognized at first sight, but the viewer has to recognize or imagine the pictures that the artist tries to portray. Jackson Pollock made this with a technique called dripping. Jackson Pollock used liquid paint on a huge canvas, and he, using his body force, sprayed the painting through all the canvas and resulted in pictures like the one we can see here. The Work Program Association was a program to improve the arts in the United States because people in America didn't rely anymore in government because of the Great Depression of the years 1930 to 1935. Many people were poor, they didn't have enough money to eat. Also, farming was very poor because of the Dust Bowl. The Dust Bowl was a natural disaster that occurred in the heartland of the United States. Because of droughts and huge and very strong winds, sand and dry soil rose to the sky and affected families and caused many diseases to the respiratory system, causing depression and hopelessness in people. That was the reason Franklin Delano Roosevelt implemented this association. Later, in October of 1945, Jackson Pollock married Lee Krasner, which meant a huge inspiration into his life because she was also an artist. Jackson Pollock became very famous because of his dripping works, as it was a new and unknown movement to the artistic world. It was also very important because the Americans were considered as non-artistic people, because in Europe is where the art emerged. The abstract expressionism was the first all-American artistic movement to become famous throughout the world. In the last 5 years of his life, he didn't paint much because he fell in alcoholism. Alcohol split his marriage with Lee Krasner, and he lost control of his life. The 50s were the decade on his decaying of his life. He assisted to bars and remained drunk with his friends almost every day. This painting, Scent and Search, was painted in 1955. Was the last painting he painted because he died in August 11, 1956 on a car crash because he was driving drunk on his Oldsmobile car. Jackson Pollock and Lee Krasner are buried. He's buried at the Green River Cemetery near where he lived. Jackson Pollock was the first American artist to receive major attention for his work by the European artists. Thank you.